Salutations, Queen of Shade here. Ooh, this one's gonna be fun. This one's gonna be fun. Okay, so get this. I was thinking, reflecting, like I always do in my work. And the reason why I am who I am is not just because I can come on here and I have great articulation. It is not just because I'm gifted beyond compare. With a full range of voice to sing and all these other things and an amazing mind to think and all of these things. No, that's not why I'm ahead of most in the pack when it comes to the running of the race. I am ahead of the pack when it comes to the running of the race because I understand life in a way that most people will never understand it. This is what keeps me as queen. This is a gift, not something that you can pick up at the convenience store or that you can study 4 years for, then get a master's and then get a PhD. No, this is not something you can buy. This is not something you can acquire. This is something that was given to me by the divine to govern and help me go through my life. So I understand things in a very uncanny way, which is why I excel the way that I do. So this is going to be fun. So get this. I was sitting there and I wrote a meme and I said, gay black men have 2 stages in life, only 2 stages. Looking for a man to fund your business or fund your life, or becoming that man that is funding somebody else's life. So basically I said, for most gay black men, life goes from trick to treasury. For most gay black men, and I'm not even going to lie, for most gay men, life goes from trick to treasury. That's why you have a lot of gay men who are older, wealthy, and single. So anyway, let me get into it. Let me explain it. Because I'm not trying to get you to understand or see my point of view. I could care less. What I'm saying is this. At some point in the life of a young black gay man, you have pressed a man for money. $50, $10, $100. Because why? You needed it. I've done it when I was younger. You needed it. Why did you press him? Because you needed it. I'm not talking about whether or not you want a sugar daddy or not. No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying that most black gay men whom already are marginalized, whom already are a demographic of people that the world does not understand the plight of, the systemic problems that we face. You've pressed a man for his money. Yeah, $5, $10, $15. Yeah, I'm trying to get this. I'm trying to get that. I need to pay for my books for school. I need to do this. I need to do that. At some point in your life, you've done that if you're gay and black. Because gay black men are not gainfully employed. And due to being black and gay, already can't really find work, gainful work in our own community because our own community shuns us. So I'm not going to touch this too deep, but I just want you to hear this. You thought that was an opinion. It wasn't. You thought that was my opinion. No, that was a fact. And I'm going to tell you why. So people started to respond to me based on what I said. It was just a meme. People started to respond. So I woke from my nap because it's 3:10 in the morning where I am, and I'm still working. Why? So I don't have to press a man for his money. I woke to some comments and I'm like, all right, well, cool. Everybody's allowed to have their own opinion. But I went to their pages. And what did I see? Poverty. Poverty. So I said, let me re-edit this caption and say poor people won't understand. Then I decided to do something cute and I said poor, and then I put in brackets, minded people. See what I did there? Won't understand what I said. Let me tell you something. I looked at their pages. Every last one of them could stand a rebrand and some capital to pursue some kind of venture that would make them independently sufficient. You don't have to be independently wealthy. Independently sufficient, able to take care of themselves, able to do something about their lives. And let's face it, let's go deeper here. Some of my brethren have decided, you know what? Damn the sugar daddy route and what the sugar daddy wants me to do for his coin. Damn what he wants me to do for his coin. Let me try and get this coin myself. That's why you have so many young black men who started OnlyFans. They got sick and tired of relying on a black man or men, older men with money. So they decided to do something about it. And the world ridicules them because they're using the very same thing that would have gotten them a sugar daddy. Their looks, their beauty. Like I said, I understand the world in a way that most people don't. Beauty sells. Sex appeal sells. Hell, sex sells. It sells. And most of the times, people attract sugar daddies or older men that aren't even trying to be sugar daddies. Let's get this. Every black man ain't trying to be a sugar daddy. I'm not. But the younger ones attract us because they're beautiful, tight, fit, in great shape. But most of us at my age and older aren't trying to fund their lifestyle. I've had so many conversations over the years with men whom got upset because older men that they were seeing said, listen, your life and what you want to do is just far too expensive for me to take on. I don't want to be responsible for your every whim. And black men get prideful. Oh, well, I didn't ask him to do that. Yes, you did, without asking him. Yes, you did. You asked him. And I'm going to tell you why. You asked him without moving your mouth. You got into a relationship with a man whom had more. And you didn't have any. So naturally, if he's interested in you, it starts. He starts picking up the tickets. He starts picking up the concert tickets. Trips start happening. And many of you, let me be real honest with a lot of you who had something to say. Most of you aren't even mentally capable of really understanding the lifestyle of a man with money. So most of you, I'm not even talking to because you could never attract a sugar daddy if your life depended on it. Most of you could never attract a sugar daddy if your life depended on it. Because you're not sugar daddy material. Sugar daddies like well-traveled men, well-experienced young men, men that understand how to behave around wealth. Many of you don't know that. You don't know that life. You don't know that life. So you're not even in this conversation, most of you. A lot of you that were commenting, I went to your pages and I said, it looked like you could use a whole rebrand, a whole sugar daddy, a whole somebody with capital. Because you're just putting your whole poor life out on the social media. Your whole poor life. Your whole poor life, honey. We see ain't no money nowhere in it. And see, this is the thing. People want to get upset, but baby, What do you think brands are doing when they come to your social media and they look? Why? Everyone that wants to be a social media influencer, what do? They start rebranding their page, trying to attract the attention of money. Oh, I want to get these brand deals. I want to be an influencer. I want somebody to pay me to do what I do. But you don't have the chops. You don't have the chops. So what you have to understand about life is, a lot of you could use some capital and you could use a business plan. I'm not just talking about sex. You could use a whole facelift. Your whole life could use a facelift. Because more opportunities would come to you if your presence, your output called to it. A lot of you sit back and you want a lot of things, but your life does not reflect that you want those things. Your life does not reflect that you're calling prosperity into your life. Many of you don't even know how to go about it. Like I said, I didn't want a sugar daddy. At first I thought I did. But those demands get crazy. What they want you to do for the money gets crazier and crazier and crazier. And I learned in my 20s, this ain't the road for me. This ain't the route. That's why it's 3:18 in the morning on October 1st. And I'm up working, creating content, critiquing and fine-tuning and making sure my brand says, money, come to me. Not people. Money, come to me. But see, the problem is, most people don't understand, when you become that attractive to wealth, you also attract a lot of broke-ass people. One of my girlfriends, I love her. She's an actress. Shout out to her. Cassandra, I love you. She gave me the best advice about 5 years ago. She said to me, sweetie, when you get up there and you get out there, you're going to attract some of the most beautiful, broke-ass men you have ever met. She said that to me. And I was like, oh, wow. She said, oh, yeah. Pretty as hell. Not a single coin to save their life. Not a single coin to save their life. So I said, black life, as far as being gay, goes from trick to treasury. Because get this, the smart ones understand, okay, listen, I can't do the tricks. That was me. I can't do the tricks. Tricks are for kids. I can't do tricks. So then you realize, okay, I've got to call to wealth, which means I've got to rebrand my entire life, not just my Instagram page. Because see, a lot of people try to rebrand their Instagram page, but you the same ratchet ass person behind the page. In real life, you're rebranding your Instagram page and social media to look a certain way, but you still ratchet and tore down and broke off camera. So anyway, the reason why I said from trick to treasury is because a lot of men, and this goes for a lot of gay men that finally come to wealth, they come to it later in life, and then they realize, no, single is how I need to be. Because I don't want to be responsible for funding somebody else's life. You don't want to be responsible. We don't want to be responsible for funding somebody else's life. Let me give you an example from my life. Off camera, I'm this. And I can't tell you, over the last 21 years, how many dollars I have parted with to help some young, beautiful black boy. Okay? So this is not something that I'm saying out the side of my neck. I've given money to these boys. These boys, look at what I got. I remember a man didn't even know me from Adam. I have first gone viral on Instagram. This mofo asked me to co-sign a car. Didn't know me from Adam. But because you all of a sudden have wealth in your life, you get the most outlandish requests. And I still do. I get the most outlandish requests. And I'm always looking. I look at my grandmother and I say, do I have a sign on my back that says free money? Because this money wasn't free. To make the money that I've made, this money wasn't free. So do I have a sign? Because these Negroes is coming at me and asking me for shit that they have no business asking me for. But they do. And you have to understand, a black gay man's life goes from trick to treasury. Most people never see treasury. Most young black men remain tricks their whole life. Their whole life. Trick or treat. Trick or treat. That wasn't an opinion. That was an observation. A lot of you could use some capital to start your businesses. A lot of you could use a rebrand. Not on camera, not on social media, off camera. Because nothing about your life says wealth come to me. Nothing about your life says wealth lives here. And by the time you figure it out, you're over 40. I just turned 42 2 days ago. By the time you figure it out, you are no longer a young trick. You are now the treasury. Bitch, I was speaking from experience. I am now the treasury. These mofos ask me for money constantly. Some I give it to, some I don't. There's a reason why I said I like escorts and gay for pay men. It's easier for me to just pay. I know exactly what I'm getting. But trying to pick up an amateur who $50 me, $100 me, $1,000 me constantly, and then the experiences that they give me are subpar. Oh no, baby. I need a professional. I need a professional. I need you to be on every time we get together because I'm paying you for this. You're a professional. So, sweetheart, understand, I'm not talking to everybody because most of you will be tricks for the rest of your life. Not treats, and not the treasury. And a lot of people that were commenting underneath my page, oh, well, it's not the same for me. And I went to their pages and I'm like, dude, you're struggling. We can all see that. You're never going to attract wealth that way. Ever. Your shit looks like you're struggling. You're posting your po life, not just poor, your po life for the whole world to see. And you don't understand why you're not growing in the world, growing on social media. I did not come here to give you an opinion. I stated something that is true. Whether you want to admit it or not. And a lot of you, yeah, some of you that are objecting because you don't want to be called a fucking trick, you're not liking it, stop asking me for money then. Stop asking me for money.
Season 2 of One-on-One with the Queen of Shade, coming soon.
The Queen of Shade's music is now streaming on all streaming platforms. Experience the enchanting tone of the Queen of Shade as she uses her siren powers to enchant your soul. Witness the power of over 30 years of vocal experience. Music link in bio. Make sure that you follow the Queen of Shade on all social media platforms. Stay up to date with social media posts, podcast episodes, merchandise drops, and mentoring specials. Serious booking inquiries, use the email provided.
Turn that TV down.